All right, so I'm back, and today we're going to take a look at the, who made this thing? Before and After Engineering General, or Engineer General. So here he is. He's the non-transforming Devastator, if you couldn't tell. Comes with a couple extra hands. Comes with the gun. And yeah, let's just get right into it. So yeah, there's not a whole lot to go over with him. He's pretty plain, actually. As you can see, he's got very little detail going on, but he still comes off as a G1 Devastator. So, accessory-wise, he does come with his gun. Nice representation of the Devastator gun. Oh, hey, look. It makes noise. I didn't know that. Oh, and it flashes. I was going to totally miss that. But yeah, so that's kind of cool. Actually, I don't like sound effects in my toys, but this is definitely a toy, so this is actually kind of really fits for him. So yeah, he's, like I said, he's pretty plain. There's not much to show off with him because he doesn't transform. The individual bots don't come apart. Nothing like that. It's just what you see is what you get here. Action Master. Now, I'm not a fan of Action Masters myself, but a friend sent me this, so I figured, I'll go ahead and take a look at it while I was waiting for some other figures to come in, which they came in today. So starting tomorrow, we'll take a look at the Unite Warrior sets, Superion and Minosaur with the Perfect Effect upgrade kits, and then the Combined Wars Devastator's on his way. Combined Wars Ultra Magnus, Combined Wars Starscream, and a Scarlet Spider. So we'll be able to take a look at all those. So first off, we'll take a look at the accessories. So he's got these kind of closed fists. They're open just enough that it actually doesn't look horrible. It doesn't look like, it's meant to be a plugged-in hand or gun port hand. So it's actually pretty nicely done there. I won't lie there. And then the gun just slides in there, fits in perfectly. But yeah, it looks like, he's making a fist. So yeah, that's cool. He also has open hands, and these are just on ball joints. So you just pop these off. These are like a softer plastic, but they're so dense that it's really hard to tell. But like here is the open hand, and he's got two of these. They look just the same, just reversed. But yeah, the fingers you can see here, yeah, they move a little bit, and you can just plug that in, and there you go. He can't hold it in this hand, obviously, but yeah, there you go. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I dig that. While this isn't my favorite figure of the year by any means, it definitely hits all the marks that it's supposed to hit. I do have some ideas for maybe their next figure if they continue doing this, but we'll save that for later. So his head rotates side to side. It does go up and down, and then it's also on this double hinge up here. I don't know how well you can see that, but you can. That's normal. So head left and right, and then you can pull it up, and what that allows you to do is make him look all the way down without it looking too horrible. So that's pretty cool that they engineered it that way. The shoulders ratchet up and down, and they go out that far, so that's nice range of motion there. So you can get out about like that for both arms. This one goes out a little bit further because it doesn't have that shovel there. But yeah, it rotates. And it looks like it's on a double hinge, so you can kind of maybe pull it up. That gets a little less, but then you can hinge it down and pull it out a little bit further. So that's cool. You can kind of angle those arms the way you want to. I didn't know that. I'm finding out some cool stuff about this guy. Arms swivel. He's got a ratcheted elbow, but it really seems to only want to go like it holds. So it's like more of a friction joint, but it does ratchet once it gets up to there. So ratchet there and there. And of course, like I said, the hands are on ball joints, so they go all the way around. And a little wiggle in there too. The waist has a ab crunch, so you get up and down. There is a waist swivel. It's got kind of a soft ratchet going on there. The dump truck back here, or the bed of the dump truck, actually hinges a little bit, so you can kind of free that up. These plates here move. They're on ball joints, so they kind of move out of the way if you need them to. Not very terribly done there, but you can get the leg all the way up, and that about that far back. I'm pretty sure you can go a little bit further, but you're putting more stress on that than you need to. Thigh swivel. Nice bend at the knee. This side gets a little bit more, so I wonder if maybe I was just doing this one wrong. Nope, that's as far as it goes. And then he's got ankle rockers, both back and side to side. Same on this side. It's on a ball joint is what that one is. This one feels like, oh, that's a ball joint. So this one's on a ball joint as well. So this side here, you can swivel the toe a little bit, and the heel can move a little bit, so you can get more dynamic poses. And then the toe here swivels a little bit. This is kind of a pointless toe, if you ask me. But yeah, there he is. Let's do some quick size comparisons here, shall we? Let's slide him all the way back here. So, now if you're thinking about purchasing this guy, you know, obvious question is, where does it fit into my collection? So, let's see here. Here he is with a Legends bot, and that actually looks really nice. So if you got a Legends scale, that will probably work pretty well. Here he is with a Combiner Wars Deluxe. See how he stacks up there, and that's not too bad. Not too bad at all. I think that you can make that scale work. I think this will probably work pretty well in the Combiner Wars series. Here he is with an Optimus Prime. Again, that looks pretty good. I do think that works pretty well. Here he is with the TFC Scrapper. And that looks okay. This is where things kind of get a little wonky. If you're doing like a bigger chug collection or MP collection, I don't think this is the guy for you. And speaking of which, here he is with a MP car. So, like I said, I don't think it quite works here. And here he is with Soundwave. Again, that's not a very good scale for him at all. And then just because I have him still combined over here, here he is with the TFC Hercules. And you see he's almost the same height as Hercules, but Hercules definitely has more detail going. So yeah, you can definitely tell which one's better when you want quality and design and aesthetics and all that. It definitely goes to TFC here. Now, as far as this figure goes, though, is it a good collectible item? I don't think so. I really don't. Is it a cool toy? Yes, it is a cool toy. Do I recommend it? At $70, that's kind of a steep purchase for something that doesn't transform and has such little detail. Now, if this thing had as much detail as TFC did, but didn't transform, then we'd be having a different discussion here, because I think that would be really cool. So ultimately, I'd say it's a pass unless this aesthetic really appeases to you. I think it's too plain, but it's still fun to play with. So if you maybe want to get your kids a Devastator figure that's not $600, then this might be a good option. I think what they should do, at $70, it's a hard thing to swallow for something so simple. But at $70, I can't justify it. If it was maybe 45, $50, then I would recommend it. So if once it goes on clearance, because we all know this thing's going to go on clearance, because not many people want it. Then you might want to pick it up, because it's a fun toy. Now, what I think they should do in the future, if they want to continue doing this, is make these things look like other combiners. Not just like the G1 cartoon. I mean, yes, there is those people that want something that looks like it just walked off the G1 cartoon, which this one definitely does. But like I was saying, if it looked just like Hercules here, but didn't transform, then I'd be all over it. If it looked like Giant, but didn't transform, I'd be all over it. If they could start making them look a lot more like the other third-party counterparts, I think they would have found a good niche, because then you could be able to buy, Giant, and instead of having to only display it in bot mode or combine mode, or having to buy multiple sets, you can buy this thing for $70 and have it as your Devastator, and then have the individual bots as your, for that display. Are they going to do that? Probably not. But yeah, like I said, I mean, it's not a bad figure. It's just not great. As far as a rating goes, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. And only reason why he scores a 5 and not lower is because it's a fun toy. It's fun to play with. It really is. If it was better designed, better engineered, all that stuff, then he'd get a higher score. But if he wasn't fun to play with, if he fell apart a lot, then I'd give him a lot lower scores. So, I mean, it's a fun toy. It's not great. It's not bad, but it's not great. It's just kind of there. So, this is definitely not something I would put on a shelf. And I'm not going to put this on my shelf. I'll bring it back out when we once we do the Devastator War, which I'm still planning on doing. I'm working my way to Devastator War. So once that happens, then we'll be able to bring him back out, and we'll compare all the Devastators at the same time. That'll be interesting to see. I know he's going to lose, but might as well show him off. But yeah, there you go. It's it is what it is. It's simple, yet slightly satisfying. To be honest, it really is. I'm having fun with it. If Hasbro were to release something like this for $50 in the leader class scale, I would buy every single one of them, because I think it would be fun. It would just be a fun display to have G1 cartoon accurate combiners. We don't get that ever anywhere. We get this guy. I mean, yeah, so the individual bots look pretty G1, and this looks pretty G1 for combined mode, but it's not G1 cartoon accurate. This is cartoon accurate. So yeah, there you go.